I know this is old news. The PayPal thing happened a few days ago. But the ramifications of that, which is good that people are fighting back and have pushed back so hard, that people aren't going to put up with it. I hope that PayPal goes out of business. I hope something more decentralized replaces it. See, this is the problem. Corporations think that they can make up whatever rules that they want and steal your money. They're trying to say, oh, it was an accident, blah, blah, blah. No, it was not an accident. They put it in the rules. They put it up. They took it down. Whatever. This is what they wanted. They want to be able to shut you down. And if they don't like what you say, they want to fine you. The social credit score. This is why I like Bitcoin. It's the people's money. Decentralized system. Deflationary type of currency. And we shouldn't just have one currency. We should have multiple layers of currency here in America. There should be all types of currencies that you can flip and turn into other currencies. You can see how our federal government uses the dollar against other countries and sanctions them. Sometimes they should be sanctioned, but now you have corporations that are trying to sanction and suppress individuals. People need to wake up and just exit these platforms, like seriously. And just go to new tech. That's what needs to happen. These corporations get so many people, they have so many customers, they just don't care about trying to get customers. Usually businesses want to appease their customers. These companies don't care, and they'll turn against you. It's a very dangerous situation when you can just steal money out of somebody's account. Who's to say that they couldn't, I don't know, get into your bank account that's linked up to the PayPal site or your credit card and just take money out of there? I mean, I don't know if they can do that, but why not? Your bank account's already linked up. And if they put it in the rules, what are people going to do about it? Our government's so worried about Ukraine or their own self-interest that they don't care about the people that they're supposed to be working for. It's absurd, and I like some aspects of what America used to stand for when it comes to like the Constitution. I'm glad that we progressed out of racism and all that type of stuff, because I just don't like slavery. And I think that if a woman, if she wants to, she should be allowed to, she should get paid what a man does, for sure, as long as like she does what he does at that same level. I think that if a woman doesn't want kids and doesn't want a traditional family, then she, my opinion is, if like you do what makes you happy, dude, and that's what I said in my book too. I said, listen, like, don't try to appease your family. You do what you have this one life. You know, if they don't like it, then fuck them. Who gives a shit what I think? Who gives a fuck what anybody else thinks? If you want to be a certain way, be a certain way. But my problem is when people start pushing their beliefs or their agenda on other people. That's when I got a problem. Don't be pushing your stuff on me. People on the left talk about being accepting. They're not accepting. They're not accepting of people like me. And I used to be on the left, man. I used to be. This was so funny. I used to be on the left, and they were for freedom of speech, anti-war, and to see things flip. And that's why I say, you know, I support the MAGA movement. I like a lot of the people that are in it. I think that they're a lot of them have a lot of common sense, and they live in reality, and they understand things. They don't live in a bubble. They're pretty well educated when it comes to awareness of what's happening. Trying to avoid the projected confusion that they put on to Americans. I'm not saying I agree with every single one of them, but what I'm saying is that movement will be corrupted as well. And what worries me, honestly, is because I know that there will be a backlash. America will turn conservative. I think it's not just gonna turn conservative. It's gonna turn ultra conservative. And what worries me, if there's a Germany type of 1930s leader that comes out of that, and that's what worries me. And that, out of the pure fact of just rebellion and being pissed off from being like oppressed, even, you know, the MAGA movement's awesome, and I think it's very pure right now. But it can't. I'm not ignorant to think that it can't devolve into something pure fucking evil. Because anything can. You know, when people have absolute power, absolute corruption comes forth. And you know, and then these people want to say on the left that I'm a part of a cult. I'm pretty open-minded, man. I'm pretty open-minded. I live in reality. I'm forced to live in reality. A decaying old America I'm living in, just decaying all around me. I'm not, you know, these politicians that keep pushing for war, that keep on voting to send money to Ukraine. You know, a lot of these politicians wanted people to take the jab. They wanted us to all take the jab. And a lot of military people who are good military people got kicked out of the military, and then they wonder why nobody wants to join. When you force something like that, and yes, they take a lot of shots. But this one's different. This one was rushed through. We don't know what's in the ingredients. There was no testing at all. We are the test. We are the guinea pigs. And they want to keep pushing and escalating things. If they try to install a draft, we should all just protest. We should protest hard. Because if these politicians want to continue these endless wars, how about they go and fight? How about they send their kids? You know, if you want, If you want to go to war and you want to force poor people's kids to war, you should have to go to war too and send your kids. Like if you believe in it so hard and it matters so much to you, you should be on the front lines. Stop using our kids to go in the meat grinder. They use because kids might not have had the best opportunity. They feel like they have to join the military. Perhaps there's no other jobs. And they get sent to the meat grinder. We need to evolve past these physical wars in the 3D sense. And if we're going to have wars, we should just have battles where our leader fights their leader. And then whoever wins, like, fight them to the death. Who cares? It shouldn't be put on us. Or it should be, like, digital. Like a video game. I know that sounds weird. Like, if we had some type of decentralized type of coalition, which should be the UN, that's not a puppet to people who actually run the world. If we had a decentralized type of military or whatever to keep people in line if they try to get out of line, I mean, it's pretty much just everybody has guns. If everyone has guns, then we really don't need the military no more. Somebody wants to invade, well, we have guns to protect ourselves. Individual, you know what I mean? We all have guns. Everyone has guns. It's a polite society. But what I don't like is when PayPal and corporations want to do some type of like stealing of money from people, and people are already like suffering, man. People have to in this economy, they're giving up their life savings just to survive. People are going into extreme amounts of debts just to survive. And it's their policies that did this. Inflation, printing out money, lockdowns that lasted way too long for no reason, over political things. What's troublesome is, people are out here deleting other people for no reason. People have done it for shoes. People have done it for even less. They're gonna do it to the wrong person, and they're gonna freak out, man. And I'm not condoning this at all, but I'm just like, I understand human nature. If they was to take out and just take everybody, like take their money, like completely just wipe them out, could you imagine sitting there? You spent your whole life building up this wealth, and maybe you only got 30 grand, which is a lot of money, dude. And all of a sudden, because you posted a few videos or put out a couple of tweets that this company didn't like, they just went and stole your money. And the government does nothing about it. There's no investigations, there's no regulations, there's no nothing. It's just ridiculous. And it will cause people to act out aggressively. We already got a problem with mass shootings, and we don't need that. We don't need any more tension. We don't need, like, the last thing we need is more tension in this society, man. The last thing, it's like it's about to blow up. Seriously. I wish that, like, my only concern was, like, who won the football game. I wish that was my only concern. That would be so cool. That'd be so sweet. But them pushing their agenda on us is just, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I'm not condoning any violence. I'm not telling people to act out in violence at all. So I want to make that perfectly clear. I just put two and two together, man. And I know when people are backed against a wall, if you look at history, if you look at the Haitian Revolution, if you look at the French Revolution, if you look at the American Revolution, when you push people to a certain brink, they're going to reach fuck you mode. And for fuck you mode to happen, people have to be hungry, which they're trying to do. It's so weird that we have high inflation, we have a wage problem, and we have a worker shortage all at the same time. It's so weird. Do you guys miss Trump yet? I mean, would you give up all this crap, potentially being on the brink of World War III, a nuclear war, for some mean tweets, some tweets that you're offended by, some tweets that you can just go ahead and not look at, not pay attention to? It's absurd, dude. It's really absurd. All the peace that Trump was doing across the world, man. He was even bringing the Arab nations to peace. And all this constant villainizing of them, it's just dumb. Like, oh, we want to constantly arrest them. That's all they talk about, is arresting them. And they have nothing on them. And they don't look at their own leaders' corruption. It's a sad state what we're in, and it's unnecessary for our society to decay like this. But it's been decaying, and I think it's the family, the family, the destruction of the family, and the social media. It makes people feel like celebrities, and some people don't know how to handle that. Some people think that their value is higher than it really is. Because of some notifications. It's all a social experiment, just like 2020 was a social experiment. 2021, they wanted to see how many people will comply with absurdity. A lot of people do, just because they want to go for their team. Which the team can flip-flop ideologies. I've seen it done in my lifetime. The conservatives were pretty much not freedom of speech. They were warmongers. And, well, especially with the Bushes. When you flip it, and now it's the other side. So, yeah.